And now for the conclusion. Sorry to keep you on uh, suspense. Uh, we had the Merc-filled sinkhole, and I had to take a taint and draw an enemy. I realized that, no, let's keep it here. I realized that I even wrote it down here, that if you do a challenge result, and you explore, and then you gain a journey token. So I actually managed some journey tokens. Let me take these. Journey tokens. So what did I get here? I got at least a green one and a yellow one. Which I need to start up finally my saga. But let's first do the taint. Taint. This card looks like so she's really wounded, injured in blue, and she has now put a taint, and a taint is put not on the white but on this track to cover it, and well, let's say green. So the green now attribute can now only reach to here. There are ways to get rid of taints, and if you have a third taint, you go into beast form, and well, and you're cursed. So, I mean, for a tutorial, I'm doing pretty poorly. Let me check. Yeah, so we have to draw an enemy. Plunderer. Didn't I get a plunderer? No, this was the card from before. I had to put it. This is a what? It's a Babok. Really scary guy. Oh, of course I'm in the ruins where he gains an aura, and if you're cursed, you cannot use rituals. Oh, thank goodness, I'm just tainted, not cursed. Scorned taint. It's, I think, yeah. Well, let me first play this card. Cure any of your injuries and any one of your injuries, and recover 2 points to each of your attributes. That's what I'm going to do. So blue is cleared again. So the, the the injury token is removed, but the stat stays the same. And then it says recover 2 points of each of your attributes. I'm going to do that for blue. So blue is now on 4. I also have these 2 blue shield tokens that I haven't figured out how to use yet. What else can I do? Yeah, I have 1 primal that I can use for rerolling. I have a Whistler, but I cannot use it on the roll thing. I have Fervent Soul. I can remove a shield, but doesn't have shields. And I can reroll my dice any number of times by spinning wheel. So it's good that I boosted wheel to 4. So for this I draw a blue and a green die, and I can, because I have a green here and a red and a blue here, and I don't have to pay for the blue because Cora Hope of Dawn gives me her ally card blue, so I only have to pay for the green. So if you look at this, it says you can re-roll and use a green and spend instinct to turn into instinct die roll into strength die roll. I don't need that. That's not red. This allows me to actually be able to pay for a green. So this gives me these dice always 1 at least, unless it's the filed or something. So I have to roll these 3 dice, and this is the result. So it will cost me instinct. I can cover this, and I want to re-roll this by spending will. Thanks to Fervent Soul, I can only do this once. No, it stays, I think. I'm not sure. That's a feat. I think this is a feat, so you can only use it once. Check. Yeah, it's a feat of the saga. So it's out of order now, and I re-roll this. Great. I draw this. Now, some luck. I defeat the Babook in Tar Mirrors in the Murk-filled sinkhole. So that's great. I gain favor token. So 2 favor tokens become a 1/3 favor token, and that's it. And now I get to the region action of the midday has been resolved. There are no strange things on the cards, and this means that I gain a journey token, and I gain a journey token, I think, for both of these icons. I only need 1, so let me check if I don't really need. Well, I already drew it, I think, so I'm not gaining any more. Let me check for journey token. 26 and 17. 26 is after obtain a journey token. Okay. 17 says the journey token may after successfully resolving an exploration card, the hero may acquire a journey token of the same type as the exploration card. It doesn't say that you gain 1 for each icon, so I have to choose. Okay, fine. So I have the yellow, I have the green, I only need the red. So this phase is done. I move into evening phase and then I enter Caradon. Now here I go for an exploration of the, yeah, you can still see it, exploration of the mountain deck. And as we all know, the mountain deck is, well, we only know that the mountain deck is bad for curing injuries. So okay. So let me up. Raven Citadel. The Ruined Keep casts. Oh, it's a Ruined Keep? Okay, yeah. Something like that. The Ruined Keep casts a foreboding shadow on the valley. Its watchers, the fallen Raven spawn tribe, lay dormant, veiled in fumes of murk. Will you free their souls from oblivion, or will you scour the keep in search of ancient relics? And then, it doesn't really matter because it's the end of the tutorial. I would normally perform the Merc binding ritual in the sacrificial chamber. And but I cannot spend an offering token because I don't have it, or pass a hard test. Okay, so I have to pass a hard test. So I now go search the chambers, treading carefully among the still bodies of the watchers. I roll a instinct. Okay. I roll an instinct. I don't understand. I roll a square instinct. Reroll for normal instinct. I don't understand. But anyway, you find an item, and on a blank, one of the wraiths would attack me. Okay. Oh, there was one thing I forgot. This cost me. I rolled a merc. It cost me an instinct. I don't have to pay for the instinct on the Raven Citadel. So nothing happened except I got an item. Where is the item deck? Got cards. So, not going to bother with the rules. I'm just going to draw one of the items at random. Not sure if that is the correct way. Or some kind of market mechanism where you have to take the top 3. I don't think it applies here. So I get an Ember Bird Feathers. I remove any merc results from any test or challenge. Release the Light Chaser's axis. Yeah, that sounds great. I don't know what this means either. Well, this also has a number 3. Don't know. Okay, so I go here. Ends. I gain one of the journey tokens, and I choose the red. This allows me to start developing my saga. And I think I have to spend these, and I enter into Caradon. The sight of a weapon crafted from the bones of a creature does not earn you any trust. That is because Svanna is carrying, you can see it's a weapon from a dragon. Most folk fall silent, and those who are brave enough to talk only tell tall tales. You feel, however, that the artifact is pulling you towards the nearby sacred site. And I can choose to soak the axe's blade in the blood of your victims, or burn the trophies. Wait. Yeah, I think I have to choose, and it costs me 2 favor tokens. And I burn the trophies to forge a link with the horn's previous owner. Yeah, of course, I'm heroic. Oh, by the way, I have to manage my pathstone. So the Raven Citadel, I chose this. So I would be praised and condemned, but does it go up or does it go down? I think down would be more natural. So this is pathstone. Pathstone 9. Is it up or is it down? Okay. This picture says it all, I think. You put it on the bottom and you remove the one on the top. And the amount of cards you can have is the the memory, the amount of prime stones you have potentially available. That's 3. So I was becoming condemned, and then I burned the trophies. So this becomes 2. 2 trophies left, and I become heroic. And this pushes the praised from the memory of the world. Now, that's thematic, right? And Lada is still smiling at me. Has some power that I still have to figure out. But I think this is the story. No, yeah, well, this was the Personal Saga story card. And let's do this right. In the Personal Saga story card, when you develop it, yeah, well, let's call it a night, because in the night in the camp phase you are allowed to. I'm not sure if you can remove. It doesn't really matter what time of day, but I have these 2 ones. I just draw the second one, for example. Oh, bathed in blood. That's not good. Fiery Bond. I had a Fiery Bond, so Svanna is now does have this card. Cool. In exploration, you can add an extra vigor token to each of your vigor tests. That's useful, I think. Oh, it counts like extra, so if you have a test, then you gain an extra. So it makes us much more powerful. And then for a roll, discard a mountain creature card to add vigor to the challenge. Cool. And there is this shield icon here above the instincts. I have to look this up. Above, yeah, above instinct, I think. So yeah, cool. Developing developing sagas is really done well. I think developing, is it written somewhere? Can I do it anytime? I don't think so. It says here, reorganize your saga cards, use your other capabilities. To reorganize your saga cards means to replace from your hero boards. I think you can develop them at any time. Or do you have to be somewhere on a specific region developing? No, it's not here. It's personal sagas. Personal sagas 11. Okay, so developments and updating of new sagas. I don't like the title. And then you gain the basic starting saga cards. After preparing the saga deck, place it near the character board. When it obtains a new saga, choose one card of the deck. Selection of saga cards. The growth is maximum of 3. It doesn't say that you can not always do this, so I'm just developing right now. And this completes the tutorial, because I have achieved all the goals. And Saga is successful. It was really looking pretty dark. Let me see. Complete the goals from the first story card of the personal saga. Done. Remove the threat from the stronghold regions of and remove the Merc from the Axis Temple. Done. All 3 tasks have to be completed in the birth time, or that's not possible because yeah, well, okay, let's fly back then. With the Whistler, I fly back to the starting timer, and then Svala is done. So onto the victory conditions. Let's say victory conditions mean, you can read it in your own time, that I have the ability to go to the memory of the world. However, before doing that, we have the option of doing a legend, and I'm going to play the legend, so stay tuned for the next time. So what did I think of this game so far? It's pretty complicated. There are a lot of things that you have to look up, and most of it's clear, but not always as clear. So, for example, this ability, you have to. I can't remember. Do you have to pay a prime or any? So yeah, do you have to pay a stone, white stone, or does this mean that the feed is forever gone? usage of ability feed cards and reactivating them is not clear to me. The God effect is not clear to me. I don't understand it. But the general gist is pretty easy to follow. I mean, I completed this tutorial with 4 blackstones and, well, at the dawn of a 5th blackstone. The cards that I for the terrain are really thematic. The board looks gorgeous. What else can I say? You have to actively think about what you're going to do, and that's also really immersive. I feel very lucky to have Cora, Hope of Dawn, because she's very powerful, especially at the beginning. She can just blow up the Merc half the time. I wouldn't. I'm actually afraid to start with another hero that doesn't have Cora, Hope of Dawn. it's just so great. The tracking of well, the drawing of dice and this having to be able to draw the dice, so you have to have a red, blue and green card in your hero board at all times. Then you have to pay for the attributes, and if you have to pay for the reroll, sometimes you're not even able to reroll because you don't have a card. It's really expensive, and you can get exhausted very quickly. And yeah, it's pretty tense. I mean, for a tutorial, I was really worried. Yeah. So I'm yeah, very interested in seeing how this develops. Now that Svanna has a fiery bond, where to place it, for example, and how does the cards work in your hand. A lot of things to figure out, but you don't have to remember everything. You can just pose a question and find it in the index, and I think in time, and if you play like every evening or every other evening, especially for solo, you can just set it up on a small piece of the table so you can eat with your family on the rest. I forgot, for example, what these shield tokens mean. I mean, the enemy gives you hurt your Merc, or maybe so for example this one, I mean, would this wouldn't help, but